Like I make 3 prostrations to the triple jewels together. Let us now place our palms together to request Geshe to turn the wheel of Dharma according to the well wishes and capacities of the students. Geshe, please.
Page 4. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sangye joda zoge jonam lo chanjo bado dane yaps Nage jin soge be sonam ge dola benjir sangye dubare sho Sangye joda zoge jonam chanjo bado dane yaps che Nage jin soge be sonam dola benjir sangye dubare sho Sangye joda zoge Bado dane yabzu dage jin so yebe sonam ge dola benjir sanje dubare sho. Om ye dharma eto prabhavam hetum te sham data gato yevatat te sham chayo nirodha Evam vate mahashramanaye svaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham data gato yevatat te sham nirodham Evam vate mahashramanaye svaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum te sham data gato yevatat te sham chayo nirodha Evam vate mahashramanaye svaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well as taught by the great seer. Is this sound audible to you? No? Is this disturbing to you? Okay, good. Next, we are on page 26, verse number 15. The next is with respect to the particularly with the Chittamatrins. There's a great discussion, debates with Chittamatrins. And Chittamatra, some of you may be too new to this, you don't know what is Chittamatra. Chittamatra, the philosophy is again the philosophy which the Buddha taught. Buddha himself taught this. Buddha taught all these 4 philosophical schools at different times to different audience. And the Chittamatra, to give you the brief idea of the philosophy, it is they also talk about the subjectivity, meaning that everything is your mind. The Buddha taught that all 3 worlds or 3 realms are your mind. This is what the Buddha taught. All 3 realms are your mind. And when I say your mind, meaning that that they are like the reflection in your own mind. Your mind is like the mirror, and everything is like the reflection in your mind. And so there's no externality, meaning that besides the mind, there's nothing as external. And then what we see is, okay, we came from outside, now we enter the room, the hot teaching hall, we're inside. So this is all what Dhamramkot said, this is your illusion, the illusion that you are having. Actually, there's no external, there's no internal, it's purely your mind. If at all you want to qualify as something internal, external, it is purely internal, there's nothing is external. What you are seeing is just the light, the reflection of the images on the surface of the mirror, and your mind is like the mirror, and whatever is happening is actually happening in your mind. And so for them, subjectivities, everything's if you come to sense that, oh, everything's like my dream, is purely my mind, everything's a reflection in my mind. If this is the reality, if this is a reality, would you call that as purely subjective? This is my question to you. Let me repeat it. If what Chittamatra said is true, that everything's purely your mind, nothing's really outside your mind, so you fall asleep in a small room, and then you dream of the whole world, you're going out and so forth. So all these things what happen in dream, they're all just your mind, nothing is external. So if this is if this is reality, that nothing is there as external, it's purely what your mind, what is reflected in your mind, would you call that as purely subjective? Yes. So this is where because the Chittamatra says that it's purely reflection on mind, there's nothing really outside the mind, and they talk about the subjectivity. Because of this, some of the philosophers, very good ones, they think that Chittamatra is talking about subjectivity, purely subjectivity. Madhyamaka is also purely subjectivity. So this is the same philosophy, but there's a stark contrast there. Anyone who remembers what we discussed earlier, there you can see from where we can see the contrast between these two schools in terms of the philosophy. So although both use the same word, subjectivity, everything being subjective, still they differ in the subtlety of the understanding. So we learned something already. Is there anybody who remembers as to anyone? Okay, Brinslav.
So subjectivity for Chittamatran, subjectivity is as opposed to external reality, and for Prasangika Madhyamika, it is subjectivity as opposed to objectivity / inherent existence / intrinsic existence.
Perfect. Thank you. Is there anybody who likes to paraphrase or who likes to share your thoughts? Quick, anyone? From what we don't say randomly, right? Say something which you have learned before. Okay, Victor. Okay, good. Thank you. So now everybody heard it twice. So it should be well ingrained in your mind. Good. So although these people are subjective, okay, Anna, you want to say something? Anna? Huh?
I was just going to add to
Yes, please add.
that with the Chittamatra view that their mind still exists subjectively.
Perfect, very good. So this is a wonderful addition. So what we said thus far was that the subjectivity as opposed to externality for the Chittamatrins, they reject external reality. So what? The Prasangika, they rejects objectivity, intrinsic reality, inherent existence. Still it can be same. They're not same because now this is what edition of Anna, that for Chittamatra, nothing externally is there, but the mind exists as real, as intrinsically real. Mind exists as intrinsically real. And for Prasangika, everything is subjective. There's nothing intrinsic. Subjectivity as opposed to intrinsicality. And some of you may be a little confused with now the end of the word is coming, intrinsic. Don't worry, subjectivity as opposed to objectivity. There's nothing from the object. There's nothing from the object. What about your mind? Mind also is like an illusion. But it doesn't mean that it is illusion. It is not illusion. It is illusion-like. Even the mind. Even the mind. For Chittamatra, the mind is not illusion. Mind is not illusion-like. Mind is intrinsic. Mind is objectively real there. Okay, so this is a difference. Because of that, all the externality, all the external realities, the externality is rejected, but they hold on to the mind as intrinsically real, as objectively real. And for Prasangika, no, including the mind, nothing is there as objectively real, as intrinsically real. So this is the difference. And yes, particularly, I already warned this before. Some of you who are the first time for Buddhist philosophy, the study of Buddhist philosophy, you may be a little lost, and I'm not surprised. Because I can see that there are many seniors, for example, like Geshe is there, Geshe, and many seniors are here. If I go too slow, right, then I'm not doing justice to the people who are very senior. If I'm going too fast, and I'm not doing justice to the newcomers. So the pace at which I'm going, with which the beginners, you may get a little lost, but this is like to tell you that there is a world of philosophy which is extremely beautiful, very subtle. You'll be fascinated, and you attempt the second time, third time, it'll become clearer, and you will find that this is the purpose of my life. You will feel it, for sure you'll feel it. And many people getting a flavor of this philosophy, they change the whole course of their life into this direction. So this is what happens. So with this in mind, for your easy understanding, let me give you the difference, the distinction between Prasangika's understanding of emptiness, subjectivity, and Chittamatra's understanding of subjectivity. For Chittamatra, the example that I will give you is the mirror and the reflection in the mirror. For Chittamatra, example of the emptiness of externality would be mirror and the reflection mirror. For example, say the mirror and the reflection in the mirror. Are these two distinct entities, or these two are mixed? Okay, these two are mixed. How many of you say mixed? Raise your hands. The mirror and the reflection in the mirror. These two are mixed, or these two are two separate things? Or this is a mirror, this is reflection. They are two different things, or these two are mixed? If you said mixed, raise hands. Okay. So what do you mean by say not mixed? Meaning that you take out the reflection. This is reflection, and keep it in my right hand, and this is the mirror in my left hand. Can you separate like this? You cannot separate this. If the reflection is gone from the mirror, it's gone. It is no more reflection. So these two are mixed. So Chittamatra would say that your mind is like the mirror, and everything else, all the external things. So whatever that you are seeing, they're not really external. They're the reflection in the mirror. Reflection in the mirror of your mind. And say, how many of you have banged against mirror? Raise hands. How many have banged against mirror? These people who understand Chittamatra philosophy. How many have banged against mirror? Oh, how many? So you're banging the mirror. Oh, what happened? No, what happened? Why? It's a mirror. Why are you going there?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought that there's maybe a reflection of me and I wanted to touch it or something like that, and I just kind of banged.
Okay. Is there anybody who banging against a mirror when you're already adult? Resents, resents, resents. Okay, the girl over there. Why did you bang against the mirror? By the way, what's your name?
I'm Divya, and just in the abrupt moment, I didn't realize something, so it just like banged against it. That's it.
Did not realize that there's a mirror there.
Yeah.
You thought that there's a space there.
Yeah.
And you can go beyond this, right? Actually, what you are seeing is a reflection, right? So it gives the impression that there's something beyond, as external, right? So this is so literally when you realize, oh, these two are same nature, right? Not separate. There's no external thing, right? Okay. So this would be a Chittamatra example. But keep in mind the Chittamatra, the example that they give when Acharya Chandrakriti asked them, what example do you have to say that there's no externality, but the mind still exists as intrinsically? So they said, mind is the dream. They give the example of dream. But why I'm giving the example of it doesn't mean that the dream example doesn't fit. Of course, that's just perfect. Dream example is so powerful, amazing and powerful. And in fact, I would say that is so good example for Chittamatra, not only for Chittamatra, even for Madhyamaka. The only thing is that with the Chittamatra, it fits so well that what you see in the dream, they're not real, but the mind is real, even in the conventional sense for Chittamatra. What this fits so well here. So why I'm saying the mirror and the reflection mirror is for the reason to distinguish between the subjectivity of the Chittamatra point of view and subjectivity of the Madhyamaka point of view, to make this distinction. Particularly, say, Prasangika. Let's say Prasangika says, yes, there is externality. You're getting it? Yes, there is externality. Yes, your mind is here, external things are there. So many people get confused or get lost when they hear this, that Prasanga is saying that everything is purely mental projection, but externality is there. How? If you accept externality, you're already accepting some degree of objective existence there. So how can you posit externality if you posit things as subjective? So this is where you see the distinction between the Chittamatra philosophy and the particularly Prasangika Madhyamaka philosophy. So for Prasangika, the example that I give is that let's say watching a movie in a movie theater. Say you are watching a movie in a movie theater and here's a screen. And where is the projector? Behind you. So that do you agree with me that the movie is not coming from the screen, it's coming from the projector? How many agree with me, Resens? The movie is coming from the projector. Very good. And yet the projector and the movie on the screen and the projector, there is a space gap. You agree? You agree? Although the movie is coming from the projector, but the movie on the screen and the projector, there's a space gap. Whereas the mirror and the reflection mirror, there's no space gap. These two are mixed. You're getting it? So, because these two are mixed, say the reflection is just the nature of the mirror. Just nature of mirror. It's not outside the mirror. There's no space gap. Because there's no space gap, there's no externality. External meaning, there should be a space gap. You agree? You say that I came from outside, external, outside. So outside and inside there should be a space gap. You agree? So when you accept externality, you accept the space gap between the subject and the object. And when you reject the externality, there should be no space gap between the object and the subject. You're getting it? So for Prasangika Madhyamaka, while the movie is projected by the projector, but the movie and the projector, there's a space gap there. So therefore, Prasangika, this is how Prasangika accepts externality, while they still accept the subjective, purely subjective reality, but they accept the externality. This is a difference. Okay, with this in mind, Now the Chitta Mata, what they say is that, as Anna very clearly indicated, that while there's no externality, this is all like the reflection in your own mind. But this mind exists as truly, as intrinsically. Okay. 15. The outline says, refuting the objections of the Chittamatrans and proponents of the mind-owner school. So Chittamatra would try to refute the Prasangika saying, 15. Suppose, like the Chittamatrans, mind-owner school, you then ask, when even the deceptive awareness of it doesn't truly exist, by what is the illusion apprehended? So Prasanga would say that this is all illusion-like. So these illusion-like, who decides that these are illusion-like? Who decides? For example, say, okay, for example, say, what is this? There's a flower. How do you know that there's a flower? How do you judge that there's a flower? Or how do you know that there's a flower? Or who decides that there's a flower? What makes you decide that there's a flower? What within you? What faculty within you makes you decide that there's a flower? Quick. Your mind. Your mind decides. Your mind decides that there's a flower. Now, according to Prasangika, even the mind is also illusion-like. There's nothing to hold you as mind. Then who decides? So, for example, say, okay, somebody says that, okay, I'm feeling very warm and too hot. Can you give one of the fans to me? 1, 2 fans. I say, oh, I'll give you another fan, very good fan. Think of a good fan. Keep it. You're getting it? Okay, well, what are you saying? Just imaginary fan. And what makes you think that what I gave you is the imaginary fan? What makes you think that? Your mind thinks. So there should be a real mind, which decides what is imaginary. So when you say everything is like illusion, there should be one mind which decides that this is illusion. And for you, there's no mind which decides that this is illusion. If the mind is also illusion, then who decides? Right? So your statement that everything is illusion, everything is like illusion is not true. This is Chittamata's rejection. Okay, how many of you feel that, okay, finally, it makes sense? Raise hands. What the Chittamata says makes sense? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 11. You're Prasangika, no? It makes sense, okay. Although they are not perfect. Okay, good. So 11, Chittamata is not perfect, but what they said is okay, good. Okay, good. So let us read. 15. Suppose, like Chittamata's mind-owner school, you then ask, when even the deceptive awareness of it doesn't truly, when your mind wishes to decide that things is illusion-like, not illusion-like, this mind itself is deceptive, itself is illusion-like. Itself is not real. So, by what is the illusion apprehended? Object as illusion-like. Which mind decides? Which mind apprehends this illusion-like? Your mind is also illusion-like. It doesn't have the capacity. For just to see one illusion doesn't have the capacity to understand another illusion. So, what decides? Okay, anyone, how many of you think that your Prasangika raise hands? Or how many of you think that your mind of Prasangika is amazing? Raise hands. Prasangika is good. Okay, Dharamsala, you are hardcore Prasangika, I know. What answer would you give?
Kishla, question, can you please?
The question is that if everything is illusion-like, including your own mind, for example, say this flower is illusion-like, and what within you makes you think that this is illusion-like? Or what makes you decisive this is illusion-like? Your mind. Your mind is also illusion-like, according to you, according to Prasangika. So what decides?
Because when we talk, Kishla, about illusion, we're negating the fact that it.
It's not my question. My question is, for example, say, Do you remember what I ate the yesterday morning? Do you remember what I ate yesterday morning? Why not?
Because Krishna, I wasn't there.
You were not there. You were not there. You're getting it? So therefore, as you don't have a mind to see this as illusion-like, because your mind is also illusion-like. So how do you decide that this is illusion-like? To say that this is illusion-like, there should be a mind to decide that this is illusion-like. You don't have a mind to decide illusion. Your mind is also illusion-like. So what decides? Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, over there. Your name?
My name Roman. Мое имя Роман.
Okay.
Наш ум подобен иллюзии, но не является иллюзией. И существует причинно-следственная связь. Поэтому наш ум решает, цветок это или не цветок. И все остальное.
Hello, Geshe. My name is Roman, and my answer is that our mind is not an illusion. Our mind is illusion-like, and since our mind is illusion-like, the cause-effect relationship validly functionate. So therefore, we need to separate illusion from illusion-like.
Very good. So what's the problem? Why the Chittamatans are confused? So they're confused with what? Anyone? So the Roman, your name?
Roman.
Raman. So Raman gave a beautiful answer, but the Chittamatara is confused. So what was the confusion in Chittamatara? Where lies the confusion? Anyone? Tenla? Yes. Where lies the confusion? Tenla here. Raise hand. Yes.
Oh, it lies in their inability to understand that an illusion-like mind could validly perceive something, could establish the flower.
What made them not to understand the illusion-like mind can perceive something?
Because they believed that only an objectively existent mind could function in that way. There needs to be, if it has cause, to be able to be causally effective, it has to be objectively existent.
Yes. Very good. Anyone else who likes to make things easy? What Venerable Tushita said is perfect. Yes, over there.
For Chittamatrans, existent means it is objectively existent, so that's why they are confused.
Okay, for Chittamatrans, existence means existence and objective existence means the same. If something exists, it should exist objectively, and if you reject objective existence, you are rejecting existence. So if you reject objectively existent mind, you are rejecting the mind. So for them, when you say the mind is illusion-like, in a way, to the ears, it is like you saying there's no mind. If there's no mind, then what knows the illusion-like nature? Clear? Good. Okay. Thank you, Dharma. Thank you. Let me read this once more. Verse number 15. Suppose like the Chittamatrans, when even the deceptive awareness of it doesn't truly exist, deceptive here meaning illusion-like. The mind, awareness meaning the mind does not exist. By what is the illusion apprehended? You talk about the illusion-like nature of the objects. So what apprehends these as illusion-like? So the answer given is, well, since according to you, the illusion itself does not externally exist, then what is being apprehended? Okay. Now the Acharya Chandrakirti, he rebutted by throwing back the answer to reject his position, saying that for you, say for example, say that my mind, okay, what is your mind doing? You're so distracted. Hey, you're distracted, not distracted. Huh? You're distracted, not distracted. You're very distracted. What do you mean by distracted? Distracted with a flower, distracted with cheesecake, distracted with something else. But there's no cheesecake according to you. This is just imagination, just the reflection in your mind. So what do you apprehend? your mind. Given that the mind is a subject, there should be an object. For you, there's no object at all. Now, Prasangika is asking the Chitamatrans, because for them, there's no external reality. There's no flower outside flower there. So what is a flower for them? It's just the image coming to your mind. What do you mean by image coming to your mind? Okay, how many of you are using the glasses? Raise hands. How many of you are using glasses? And the glass. Okay, if it is for to stop the glare, to stop the what? That's a different story. Otherwise, why are you using the glasses? Okay, Hamale, why are you using glasses? Hamale, Mike. So meanwhile, those who have no idea about why they're using the glasses, they think that is fashion, right? So you have to reconsider. Those who use the glasses, you know the reason. Yes, why?
Geshe, because I cannot see the distant object.
Okay, so you are young. This is the issue. There's somebody who's like plus 50 and using the glasses. Raise hands. Plus 50 and using glasses. Okay, Deepaji, why are you using glasses?
Because there is a vision impairment, Gesala, from both the sides.
Okay, short side. They will say the short and long.
Both sides,
Both.
yes.
You cannot see close by.
Yeah.
So when you put in glass, in what way it helps?
Yeah, it helps, yes.
How?
I
It
mean,
magnifies.
it magnifies the
It magnifies
vision.
the letters. Okay, those who are not using glasses, here listen to what Deepak just said, that when you read the books, when you read the book, the letters are magnified. So where is that? So he's seeing the bigger letters, right? So where is that, the magnified version of the letters? Where are they? On the book or where? Anyone?
Actually, it is not magnification, Gesala. It is about, no. It is about projection of the object at a real focal point so that I'm able to see the letters correctly. There's no magnification happening here.
Are you sure? Show
Yeah.
me glass. I know what it is like. Is this progressive glass?
Yes, mine is a progressive glass, yes.
Show it that to me. I'll tell you. Sometimes people use the, all the sophisticated machines. They don't know how they're operating. It magnifies, actually. Reading glass, right?
Pardon?
Oh, it magnifies big ones. You even don't know it's magnifying it. So letter here, for example, sense, the letter that you have, it's just 1 mm. It's like 3 mm. It's magnified.
For a normal eye, maybe it is magnification, but for someone who is having this short-sightedness or a long-sightedness issue, there's an issue with the focal point.
So it is for both, for you.
Yeah.
Focusing plus magnification, both.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So where is that magnified version of the letters? Where? Where? On the book? On the book is only 1 mm. Huh? Where is it? Where is its magnified version? Huh? Surface of glass, not on the book.
Right. Yes.
So you're not seeing what is on the book. You're not reading the books.
You're seeing
reading
an
glasses.
effect. You're seeing an effect of the. No. Let's see.
Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I know that Dr. Andaj is little there, right? Okay, so what I'm saying is that where is this glass? Think of it. Where is this image? Where's this image? Is this image external here on the book? It's not there on the book. It's not there in the book. You're getting it? So the point is that say likewise, this is the image created. So with all our mind. So what the Chittamatra is saying is that it's not really there as big letters or outside and so forth. These are all just images coming to your mind. And these images, it creates an illusion to your mind to think that this external there is far away, is nearby. All these illusions are created by your own mind. Actually, these are all the reflections on your mind. You're getting it? This is the position. So for them, then besides the mind, what is really there? There's nothing really there. So what is being apprehended? What is that object you apprehended? You're not apprehending anything. If that is the case, then how come your mind is the subject? Subject means there should be the object. Subject makes sense in relation to the object. If there's no object to apprehend, then your mind is not a subject. How is it a subject? Okay. Then what is being apprehended? 16. Suppose you answer. Now Chittamatrins answer. Here the Chittamatrins. In actuality, it exists as something else. Okay, let's say the flower there. So let us all say the flower there. We are not pointing to the flower here. We say flower there. So in actuality, there's nothing as there as outside. So the flower that we are pointing at, it exists in some other form. How we perceive it is perceived as external, but in reality, it exists as internal. So it says, in actuality, it exists. The flower exists as something else, meaning something else away from how it appears. It appears as external, but actually it exists as the nature of your own mind. It exists very differently. As per which is the very mind itself. So in actuality, it's just a reflection in the mind, and this is nothing different from the mind. It's the aspect of your own mind. The aspect of which is the very mind itself. Well, when the mind itself is like an illusion, then what is being seen by what? Okay. So so when you say that this mind without object, so for Prasangika, when rejecting Chittamatrins, for Chittamatrins it becomes like just mind left without object. If there's a mind without the object and it's not a subject, then it's an illusion. Illusion meaning subject which does not exist, because the subject means there should be a mind. There should be object. Without the object, it's not subject. If it's not subject, it's not a mind. So the mind that you're talking about becomes illusion. It's not illusion-like. It's illusion, according to the Prasangika rejecting the Chittamatrins. Well, when mind itself is like an illusion, meaning that, say, just as illusion is non-existent, your mind is also non-existent, then what is being seen by what? 17. The God in the world, in fact, said, okay. And now the Prasangika is saying that the opponents, they will say that, but the Buddha taught. Buddha is your teacher, is my teacher. Buddha taught that all the three worlds are your mind. Buddha taught that the three realms are your mind. Buddha taught it. It's not that we are cooking up. It's what the Buddha taught. Enlightenment taught it. So the Acharya Bodhisattva Shantideva is saying, the guardian of the world, referring to Buddha. The Buddha, in fact, said, mind cannot see mind. Mind cannot see mind. For example, say the example given is that the knife, however sharp the knife is, it cannot cut itself. You agree? However sharp the knife is, it cannot cut itself. And the contortionist, however flexible the body is, they cannot ride on their own shoulder. But it's very strange. Nowadays, contortionists, it's amazing, right? They put their 2 feet on their shoulder, but they don't ride on the shoulder, right? They don't ride on the shoulder. They just lift the 2 feet on the shoulder. It's not riding, right? So however flexible your body is, for the contortionist, you cannot ride on your own shoulder. So therefore the mind, say the agent, cannot act on the agent itself. So the mind cannot see itself. This is what the Buddha taught. The God of the world, in fact, said the mind cannot see the mind. Okay. So the question is, so suddenly this point comes, why should the mind see? Who's saying the mind sees itself? And in what context it is said? Is that there's a mostly they come in the form of the answers. The questions are all implicit. Questions are implicit, answer. What you find here, there are most answers. So the question which you find explicitly given is the same question you'll find in Acharya Chandikriti's text. When the the question is asked that how do you know that? So they would say that no, mind is not illusion. Mind is real. Mind is real. Chidamatra would say the mind is real. As Anna said, they said the mind is real. So how do you know that the mind is real? Who knows that the mind is real? This huge debate, and the part of this debate is coming here. Who knows that the mind is real? Who knows the mind exists as objectively real? Who knows that? Which mind within you know that? So when this question is asked, then they say the second mind knows it. Second mind knows it. Second mind knows it. For example, let's say, okay, this exercise will be helpful, particularly for the beginners who may feel that this is a little heavy or the confusing. Let's say that okay, the girl over there, what is your name? Divya. Okay, Divya, what is this? It's a flower, right? If you don't agree, raise your hand, right? Okay, so Divya said this flower. Okay, now Divya, it's not just the flower. My question is going to be deeper. Don't worry. What makes you think that this is a flower? How do you know that this is a flower?
Because I'm looking at the qualities of it, like I can look at what it is through my mind.
Okay, your mind knows that this is a flower. You're getting it? So the number one is okay, look, number one is a flower. How do you know that there's a flower in my hand? My mind knows it. Now I switch from the flower to the mind. My mind knows it. Wow, you know that your mind knows the flower. You know, oh, look, this tricky part. It can be a little confusing, right? And you cannot reject it. And sometimes you don't want to accept it. How do you know that there's flower in my hand? My mind knows the flower. So you move from the flower to the mind. How do you know that your mind knows the flower? Anyone? Anybody who likes to help? Anybody who likes to help? Okay, over there. Yes, John. Huh? Mike.
I think that you would have to have a second mind.
Okay, so what John is saying is that okay, the Divya, just you are the final mastermind. So you decide if what they say is good or not. Flower, you know that because of the mind. Your mind knows because of the next mind. Second mind, right? Second mind. Second mind, which is same time or the next mind, next moment of the mind?
Same time or next moment? I don't think I can answer that. I guess it would have to be the same moment.
It's the same. At the same time, two minds. At the same time, two minds within you. One which is very angry, one which is very, because they say, embracing, loving, right? Two minds, right? So when we say bipolar, it doesn't mean the two minds are together, right? At one point you're so nice, other times suddenly you become very different. It's not like, the two minds together. These two are sequential. You're getting it? Sequential. So if two minds, if very complicated, then within the same person, right, there's going to be conflict. Okay. So this mind is known by the next mind. And now you know that next mind knows that the first mind knows the flower. Which mind knows that? You keep going like this, then it'll go ad infinitum. It'll go ad infinitum, meaning that it's going to be infinite regress. Infinite regress, meaning that, for example, at the moment is 3:47. 3:47. Say, I asked this question at 3:45. The flower at 3:45. And you say that mind of 3:46. Okay, at 3:44. 3:44 flower, your mind of 3:45 knows it. And how do you know that 3:45 mind knows the flower? 3:40 what? 3:46 mind knows the 3:45 mind knows the mind. How do you know 346 mind knows the 345 mind knows the flower? So 340 is right, 347 now. So how do you know 347 mind knows the 346 mind knows the 344 mind, 5 knows the flower. 340 is yet to come. This mind is yet to come. You're getting it? So if you go like this, you'll get stuck. So it cannot be a different mind. It cannot be a simultaneous mind. So which mind knows that this flower is there? You getting it? So the only option left is that the first mind knows itself. You don't need the second mind. You getting it? First mind knows the itself. So the mind exists as intrinsically real. Who knows that? Itself knows that. Itself knows this. So they came up with the concept known as self-cognizant mind. Self-cognizant mind. Okay, this is very important. Self-cognizant mind. Rangrik. Okay, my question to you is that if it is completely dark, and I ask you, okay, if it's completely dark and I ask you, what is this? Completely dark. No, there's no light source. I ask, what is this? Jane, what is your answer? Wow, that's amazing. So you have a night vision. Okay, so it's complete dark. William, what will you say? I can't say anything. I don't know. You're getting, I don't know. And suddenly there is the light. The light comes. The light comes. What is this? A ball, singing ball. You're getting it? Okay. So why didn't you know? What did you not know? What was in my hand before? William? Because of the darkness, there's no light source. In a way, how many of you agree with William that in order to see this, I need a light source, something to help us illuminate this object? Okay, now let's say that outside is completely dark. So where is this light coming from? That you are seeing this now, where is this light coming from? William?
Inside. No, don't think you're yogi. He said inside light. Wow. So, sorry, your question again. Okay. So, William is deep into contemplation. So, all the sounds are totally unheard. What I'm saying is that in down, universe was in my hand. But suddenly when the light comes, and outside is completely dark. So it's just the bulb light. And then you see the light. And how do you know that okay, now you see this is a single ball. Why did you not see it before? Because there was no light. How do you see it now? With the light. Where is this light coming from? The light bulb. Where? Just show me. Light bulb up in the ceiling. Okay, up in the ceiling. So now look, this is a very important question. Not only this bulb is illuminated, the light above is also illuminated. You will also see the light above. What illuminated this light above? Itself. You're getting it? So the light above does have two functions: to illuminate outside objects and to illuminate itself. You're getting it? The light bulb above has two functions: to illuminate outside objects as well as to illuminate itself. How many agree with the William Eva's hands? Good. Likewise, our mind is like the light bulb. It has two functions: to know outside objects and to know itself. Okay, how many of you feel that this is interesting, this is good? Doesn't make sense. Okay, good. So you go until chapter 20. Right, not good until chapter 20. Okay, right? So this is what they call the self-cognizant mind. But this main concept that the mind, how do you know that mind exists? Prasankhya asked Chidamatma, how do you know that the mind exists intrinsically as real?
So they say that the second mind, simultaneous second mind, or the subsequent, the next moment, the succeeding second mind. Then if you say yes, you will end up with a problem. The logical inconsistency is there. Now, then what's the option left? How to resolve this problem? Children over there? Yes. The mind?
Isn't that why the Chittamatra says there are 8 minds?
Say again?
Aren't there 8 minds when you look at it from a Chittamatra standpoint?
Okay, Chittamatra, in fact, there are several Chittamatras who believe in what is known as Alivijnana. For them, there's 8 mind. For other Chittamatras, there's no 8 mind. Let's talk from the point of view of those who don't accept Alivijnana. Other Chittamatras, just the 6 minds. Okay, so then the answer is that the mind knows itself. The mind exists intrinsically real, as real, objectively real, because who knows that? The mind knows itself. The mind itself knows that it exists as objectively real. It has 2 functions, to know itself and to know other things. Okay, so it solves the problem? It solves the problem? You think it solves the problem or no? It solves the problem. Good. So how many think it solves the problem? Okay, the girl over here, your name? Tenzin. Okay, Tenzin is very happy that Chittamatra gave a beautiful answer. And Chef also very happy. Okay, and Devotee? Question 2, Chittamatra. Okay.
So, you explained beautifully, Geshe, this self-conscious mind.
It's not the Chittamatra.
I got it.
Yes.
But can we think of the entity which is beyond mind, which is continuously seeing everything?
Okay. So the thing is that they say, okay, if you feel free, of course, it's up to you. You can think of anything, but also let us not just leave it on the speculation level. Don't speculate, but entertain questions from other people. And then they say if there's any logical inconsistencies. When you see logical inconsistencies, then your mind will automatically give up those positions, right? If there's some external agent. The point is that how do you know that the mind exists truly? It's not that how does the Buddha know your mind exists truly? Well, you are saying that the mind exists truly. How do you know that?
So they are talk of super consciousness. They are talk of.
Their talk is not you know that. You heard that.
No, in some of the studies they say they talk about Turian, right?
They talk. This is what I'm saying. They talk. This is what I'm saying. They talk.
No, they are studying
This is what I'm saying. Studies doesn't mean anything. You getting it? Studies doesn't mean anything. Many of the studies they are manipulated. You can sell these things. You can pay money to big journals to accept your article, right? And there should be somebody to evaluate that. Who evaluated that?
They talk about that.
Okay, so the point is, let us say, how do you know that? This question. You're getting it? Say, for example, the Buddha knows everything. How do you know the Buddha knows everything? These are the questions you have to ask. Don't just say that Buddha said it. It is said in the text that the Buddha knows everything. You have to ask, how do you know that the Buddha knows everything? Be open to any questions, right? Okay, so the next, I'm not seeing anybody else. Some of my eyes are blind, I cannot see anybody. Okay. So when the program is happy now. Okay, so let's see that which verse we are reading? 17. Okay. So then what is that here is that how do you know that the mind exists objectively real? As Anna said, How do you know that mind exists intrinsically? So they said that what? There's a self-cognizant element in the mind. That mind, there's a mechanism inside. The mind has two functions, to know itself and to know other things. So that makes that makes us prove that the mind exists as intrinsically real. We can now further debate. 17. The God of the world, in fact, said, mind cannot see mind. So now, Acharya Chandrakirti, no, Bodhisattva Deva, right? So Bodhisattva Deva is saying that, number one, Bodhisattva is quoting the Buddha because both sides, Chedmatra and Matima, both are Buddhists. And then Bodhisattva Shanti is going to give the reason. You getting it? It is the logically inconsistent to accept Buddha's mind, and also that if you insist that the Buddha taught it, Buddha said that mind cannot see itself. Just as however sharp the knife is, it cannot cut itself. However flexible, however agile the contortionist is, it cannot ride on its own shoulders. So these are examples of what they gave. Okay. So then the Bodhisattva Shanti is going to give the reasons how accepting self-conscious mind is logically inconsistent. 17. The garden of the world, in fact, said the mind cannot see itself. Just as an edge of sword cannot cut itself, so it is with the mind. Mind cannot see itself. Okay, but one mind can see outside mind. You getting it? It doesn't mean that your mind can see somebody else's mind. Buddha's mind can see our mind. Our mind can see, you can say, for example, how you behave. From there, you can see what's going on in your mind. But the same mind, your mind cannot see itself. This is the point. So the agent A cannot act on agent A itself. Okay, what am I doing? Hey, what am I doing? I'm patting myself. Who's the agent? Dorji. What is the emotion on which I'm patting? Myself. But if you go closely, my hand is not patting on itself. My hand is put on my shoulder. These two different things. So therefore, although we talk about the saying you are hitting yourself, but in actuality, what hits and what is being hit is two different. Likewise, so this hand cannot hit itself. So therefore, the agent cannot act on itself. Okay, let's say. Achita Matra, they will not agree very easily. Right? So they say, suppose you respond, but it is just like the way a candle flame perfectly illuminates its own characteristics. So this light, this bulb illuminates outside and illuminates itself. Not only you see the outside things, you also see the light. You agree? You also see the bulb. You also see this light. So what illuminates outside, the bulb illuminates. What illuminates the bulb? Itself. So this is reality. You cannot how can you deny this? This Chidaman's response. Perfectly illuminates its own characteristics. Well, the flame of a candle is not being illuminated by itself, since darkness does not obscure darkness. If the light illuminates itself, then the darkness should obscure itself. If the darkness obscures the darkness is removed. When there's dark, there should be illumination. You get it? When there's darkness, then darkness should obscure the darkness. If that darkness is obscured, then the light should come. Then darkness should not be visible. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 I had to be careful. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. I'm better to not take attention. Okay. So what was that? If the light illuminates itself, the darkness should obscure itself. If the darkness obscures itself, then where is the darkness? There should be light, because the darkness is obscured, is removed. Okay, we'll not make the discussion. 19. Suppose you define. So now now they say that they will say that the mind does exist intrinsically because there are things which we see as some things as intrinsic and some as provisional. Some is intrinsic and some is provisional or temporary. For example, like if there's a crystal, they say transparent crystal, you put it on a blue cloth, it will assume a blue color. Yes? So that blueness is temporary. That goes, what color is that? You say it's blue, but that blueness is temporary. Whereas there are some blue lapis lazuli, meaning some stones which are blue color. So they are real. They are not affected by, influenced by other things. They are real blue colors. Yes? Some of the stones, blue stones, they are real. But whereas the crystal which acquires blueness because of the cloth on which it is poured is temporary. So if the blue, there are two things, one is temporary and one is intrinsic. Likewise, the mind. It is what you can see there, intrinsic blue and the temporary blue. So likewise, the mind falls under the category of the intrinsic reality. So the example said, 19. Suppose you recline. There is blue in a crystal resting on blue cloth, and on the other hand, there's intrinsic blue, that's the lapis lazuli. But the stone, precious stone, which does not depend on something else for its color. Whereas the crystal assumes blue color because of blue cloth, it depends on something else. But the lapis lazuli, it assumes its blue color without having to depend on other factors. So like this, we see some things form and so forth depend on something else, meaning that the form, that and so forth, these are reflections on the mind. And what is reflection of the mind, these are just dependent on the mind. Whereas the mind is real. So the objects which it is seeing, they are not real, they are not as external. But the what sees, that is real. Like the lapis lazuli blue, the blueness of the lapis lazuli. And so like this, we see some things like the forms and so forth, what you are seeing, and so forth, depend on something else, meaning depend on your mind for their existence. Whereas the mind that do not, meaning the mind exists intrinsically real, it doesn't have to depend on something else for its existence. It's very solidly real, intrinsically real. Now 20. Now, Bodhisattva, they were saying the intrinsic blue is not tenable. Now, according to Bodhisattva, there's nothing intrinsic with the everything is dependent, just come to play, but dependence on the various factors. Intrinsic blue is not tenable, it's not acceptable. There isn't anything that makes itself blue. There's nothing which is intrinsic blue because even the blueness of the lapis lazuli, you go down on the atomic level, there's no blue. You agree? On the atomic level, there's no blue. So it's just nothing but the play of the atom put together. And what constitutes the lapis lazuli? There's nothing blue there, but superficially you see it's a blue. This just by dependence on many factors that it appears as blue. So there's no intrinsic blue. 21. If you say that the mind recognizes illumination of the candle flame, Then we say that, okay, how do you see this flower? Because of this candle flame, right? Light from the candle flame. What sees the candle flame? Okay. If you say the mind sees the candle flame. If you say the mind cognizes the illumination of the candle flame, well, based upon whose cognition can the statement be made? Our mind has an illumination nature. So now who sees that, this mind? So this question which I asked to John, so it's asked again here. Say, which illuminates this flower? The light illuminates. And who sees this light? My mind sees. And who sees this mind? That's your answer? So you will say self is a mind or is self. Okay, so let me see. A mind doesn't say, well, based on what? Based upon whose cognition can the statement be made that the mind has the illuminate. So the mind illuminates this, or it knows the light itself. So now there's the 22. Since it has never been seen by anyone, discussing whether it is self-luminous or not is meaningless. Now Bodhisattva is very strongly saying that what you say, what did you say? The mind is seen by itself. You said the mind is seen by itself. So I began by saying that you are a Chitmatra. No, you are Matimatra, and now you become Chitmatra. Right? In our mind. So you say that the mind is seen by itself. So the self nature. What's the technical term for this? Self-cognizant mind. Self-cognizant mind. Okay. 22. Now Bodhisattva Deva rejects the self. If you cannot, okay, do you agree with me that if self-cognizant, hello. Huh? Then what? The mic stopped. No. Notions of curious. Hello. Okay. If do you agree with me that if self-cognizant mind is rejected, then your belief that mind exists intrinsically is totally shattered? Yes? Okay, some of you are not sure. There must be something else how to resolve this, right? Okay, so this requires I can't really expect that you to say yes, no right away. And if you are not being too decisive at the moment, don't worry, because it needs time to set. What you learn, it needs time to settle, to get condition. Okay, sense, a lot of information, and the condition to gain condition take a little time. Okay, so in other words, intellectually speaking, at least theoretically, we see that, say, what knows this mind to know something else? This mind is either known by itself or should be known by another mind. We agree? Okay. If you reject that both possibilities are ruled out, if you reject both possibilities, then you are left with no choice to say that the mind exists as intrinsically real. You agree? Okay. So with this in mind, it says that 22. Since it has never been seen by anyone, so now what Bodhisattva Deva is saying, that this mind exists as intrinsically real. Intrinsic mind is not seen by anyone. It's not seen by itself, nor is it seen by any other mind. It's not seen by anyone. You said that no, it is seen by itself. It's your position. So this would be rejected. It is greatly, deeply, they say, very systematically rejected. Hello. 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 Okay. Self-conscious mind is systematically been rejected by Acharya Chandrapurti in his text Madhyamagavatara. Okay. Since it has never been seen by anyone, be it a self-conscious mind or be it other conscious mind, discussing whether it meaning the intrinsic mind is self-luminous or not is truly meaningless, like the attractiveness of a Venerable's daughter. 23. Suppose you insist that if a subconscious mind does not exist, okay, so what Bodhisattva Shanti is saying that if you still insist, okay, it is like, say, in other opponents. Chidamatra is telling the Bodhisattva Shanti Deva that if you say that self-conscious not, self-conscious mind is not there, this is a very serious question from Chidamatra to Prasangika. This is a very serious question. The question is that okay. What did I eat yesterday? What did I eat? What did I have for my lunch yesterday? I forgot.
I'm not sure.
This is not fine, why not?
Because I didn't have the pleasure of having lunch with you.
Okay. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? Say, and do you agree with him? What in a way what he's saying is that I don't remember, I don't have the recollection of what you ate what you ate for the lunch, because I did not, my mind did not see you having eaten anything for lunch. In other words, during lunch I was not there with you. Do you agree with him? Which means that to remember, to recall something, you should have the experience of that object before. You all agree? The mic is not working, you also not working. Huh? Do you mean to say to recall an object, you need to have the experience of that object earlier. Okay, now up to earlier, don't make the volume less. You getting it? Okay. So this is a very serious question. Okay, so let's say that the hello. Hello, 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 maybe volume. Hello, 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 hello. Can you increase volume? Hello, can you hear me? Was it right? Good, thank you. Okay. Okay, what do you like to personify? Prasangi or Chittamatra? Huh? Okay, let's say in which hands who likes to personify Prasangika? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so others who likes to personify Chittamatra? Okay. So others, you are still yet to decide. Okay, let us listen to those who personify Chidam, the Prasangika, right? So Chidamatmas should observe. What is their response? What is their response? Are you ready? Huh? Okay. Lingo, you're not on. You're not aligned to anyone. You're Prasangika. Okay. Nicole, you're not aligned to anyone. Non-aligned. Okay. Huh? You cannot hear? Okay, good. So I should be louder. Thank you. Hello, 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 and hello, 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 hello. Okay, I'm doing my best. Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? Good. Okay. You say those who felt the sentence makes sense, yet you're not too keen to say Amchita Mantra because he said that Prasanga is highest. Right? So let's listen to what Prasanga have to say. Okay, what we said, okay, the Prasanga presents once more. On the 1, 2, 3, in, here, hangman, yes. Ishaman, Perima, Allah, yes, okay. Engage with that, okay. So the person is, do you agree with me that, okay, by the way, the person has my question to you, is that somebody asked me, what did you have for your lunch last night, yesterday? So I forgot. I would ask me, what did I have for my lunch yesterday? You don't recall, why not? He wasn't there. Okay, all the percent yes. Do you agree with Dr. Andaji? All the percentages, do you agree or not agree? You cannot recall because you were not there yesterday with me to the lunchtime. Yes, we agree? You agree? Okay. So now the next point. What you are saying is that to recall something, you should have perceived that object, experienced the object before. You agree? Okay. Yes. Then let's say that okay. What is this? Okay, what was okay that I was holding? Flower. Okay, it's the flower. And how do you know that I was holding the flower? By your mind. And how did you know that your mind knows that you? How did you know that your mind saw the flower? Yeah, imprints. Imprint saw this. Imprint did not see it. You can see that. What did you know? You have seen it before. Earlier mind. Earlier mind. But then early mind meaning the next mind of the previous mind.
Not next.
No. So you know that your mind saw this is flower. You know that the flower is there because it's the earlier mind which you remember.
Yes.
So you could know that this mind saw the flower. Which mind within you saw this flower knows this flower, have seen this mind has seen the flower. Next mind, this one. So how do you know that this mind saw this? This mind cannot see itself. Otherwise you achieve the mind, not the sign. You have to become for some system like Prasangika will destroy Prasangika. Right? Hey, Venerable, what makes you know, what makes you think that, what makes you know that this mind knows the flower? Hey, all the Prasangikas. Next one. Next mind. Yeah. So how do you know that next mind knows this mind knows the flower? Next mind. So it takes you to an infinitum. You getting it? It's infinite regress. So this is a problem. So to avoid this problem, notionless, it knows itself, but for some people rejects self-one is the mind. So how do you explain the memory, or how do you explain the phenomenon of recalling object? No, but this is, I'm not the example at this point. I'm not giving the example, but just how to explain this. First explain this, and then you can use the red point. How to explain this? Yes, dear?
Because I can continually recall it conceptually. Every mind that follows can conceptualize the previous mind.
So do you also think the previous mind, you let go of your food?
Of the food? Yes, because I'm recalling the food.
You know the teaching, that's what I'm saying? The whole thing of the, always related to the flower?
Yes.
Huh?
If I see the flower, and then I think, what was it that saw the flower? It was the mind.
That is fine. So what I'm saying is, you go like this, and the moment is 424. So if I can come to the mind of 424, sees the previous mind, see the previous mind, which mind knows the mind of 24? The next mind.
The next mind.
Next mind is yet to come, it is 24 now.
Yes.
Yes.
No, the mind itself in that moment can recall it, but only in the space that it's conceptualized by another mind. It's a momentary basis that continues to conceptualize.
This we both agree. So my question is that I just keep trying going down the line, and it's now 25. The mind of 24, 25. So this mind knows the previous mind, knows the previous mind, the previous mind knows the flower. So which mind knows the mind of 24, 25?
None of them can entirely.
So which one you don't know? You don't know that the mind of 24, 25, those mind of 24 knowing the previous mind. You don't know that.
I can't know that that mind knew it.
You don't know that. If you don't know that, then you go back. Then you will not even know the flower. This is known as the logical inconsistency. But you got. Which verse we are reading now? 23. Okay, 23. Suppose you insist, but if a self-cognizant mind does not exist, then how can consciousness be recalled? So for this, the Chitta will say self-cognizant mind. Full stop is it becomes very easy. Only complication arises when the Prasangika rejects self-cognizant mind. Then the complication arises. Till that point, Chitta is very safe. Whereas it would be complication for the baby Prasangikas, not able to give the answer, right? So this is a problem. So it says that if a self-cognizant mind does not exist, verse number 23, then how can consciousness be recalled? So, well, a recollection or recalling comes about from a connection with another object that was experienced, like recalling the poison from a red bite. Okay, this is the whole example given by Bodhisattva Shantideva and Lama Tsongkhapa. Praised Bodhisattva Shantideva for this example. He said that this is a brilliant example. Even though you did not experience the object before. So thus far, this exchange between two of us is on the basic premise that to recall something, you should have experienced the object before. Then you will fall into the logical inconsistency. But Bodhisattva Shantideva is coming up with the position or a standpoint where you can have recollection without having to experience the object before. You getting it? If you can explain this, then the problem is solved. Even when the self-organism mind is rejected, still for you, you can explain the phenomena of recollection. So what it says is that this is very important. This is very important. What it says is that the last winter, 2023 winter, a rat bit you. When the rat bites, the rat can inject poison or may not inject poison when the rat bites. So, but you will not be aware if the poison is injected or not injected. You are not aware. So, next year, monsoon, next year, when there's a thunderstorm and so forth, then where the rat bit you, if there's a pain coming, this is an indication that the last year in the winter, rat bite, at the time of the rat bite, the rat actually injected poison in you. So the pain is felt. So while the rat actually bit you, did you experience the injection of the poison in your body? You did not experience. But later on, next year, with a thunderstorm, and it coincides with the pain, feeling the pain, where the rat bite is. You feel the pain is a proof that there is the injection of poison during that time. So, the poison was injected at the time of the rat bite. So you say there's a thought coming in you, there was the injection of the poison in my body. So although you did not experience it last time when the phenomenon actually happened, but you still have the kind of, not really as recollection, but you could recall that, that time it happened, that the injection, the poison was injected. So without having to experience the object before, still you can have the thought that this phenomenon actually happened in the past. So,
so is this...
Mike.
So I'm just wondering, and I'm not seeing the language in the text or in your explanation, hearing the phrasing of inference or inferential valid cognition. So I'm wondering, is this an inferential valid cognition of the mind, and if not, why?
Okay, so this is a good question. In fact, I don't want to confuse you too much. Because of this, I'm not going to this direction. The point is that the Sanskrit word is smriti. Sanskrit word is smriti, and the Tibetan word is tenpa. And now translating this into English, it becomes a little complicated. So oftentimes people easily translate it as memory. So when you translate it as memory, it's become a little complicated. So there's a whole discussion whether it is inferential cognition, or it's a recalling, or a thought come into being that, I was injected the poison before. It's not that I must have been injected the poison before. I was injected the poison before. So is that like inference? So this word, Sanskrit word is smriti. That's very clear. And the Tibetan word for this is temba. And temba has several connotations. Temba has a connotation of memory. But if you translate it as memory, I would say this is not really a good choice of the word. Then another temba is like a thought. A thought comes to you. I was injected during that time. So it's not a memory, it's just a thought. But it's a very precise thought, a valid thought come to you that I was injected poison at the time of the... So in other words, what I'm saying is that without having experienced object before, still you have the valid, valid thought of the event which took place before. You're getting it? So whereas, for example, I asked, what did I have during the last time yesterday? They said that, no, I don't know. Why not? Because I was not present there.
So we get a connotation that to hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, good. So we get a connotation that to know something of the past event, you should have experience object before. But here, Bodhisattva Shantideva is presenting us a possibility where you can have the knowledge or the thought of the event before, although you do not experience that event before. Okay, so yes, the lady here.
Правильно ли я понимаю, что вот в психотерапии, например, да, есть такой термин, как психотравма. Это когда на поверхность поднимаются какие-то чувства и эмоции того, что ребенок, например, прожил в детстве, будучи маленьким, и не помнит. Но есть и другой слой. Это когда поднимается память прошлых жизней, и мы тоже что-то вспоминаем, то есть мы непосредственно не взаимодействовали с этим событием, не помним его, но память, информация об этом поднимается. Это про это?
I just wonder, does it have any connotations with the psychotrauma? For example, when we have some event in the childhood and then after the passing so many years, we recollect this event and all these emotions, they come up on the surface of our, the emotions, they come up on the surface of our mind. And sometimes there can be also recollections from the previous lives, and I wonder, is it does it have any connections?
Okay, this is a good point. Like, let's say, deja vu. Most likely, deja vu are related to your past lives, and small childhood events like traumatic incidents after many years. There's something, the same event happened and it triggered all the memories of the past. So this is where this is not really the same as here. So in those cases, you actually experience the object before. So here, you do not experience. You do not know that you were injected. There's no way by which you can know that you were injected the poison at that point. In the case of the childhood, the traumatic, post-traumatic experience and so forth, you had actually experienced the event before. Okay, the next, Alina. Yes.
Я еще хочу добавить, это уже такое любопытство. Вчера рассказывала историю, у меня есть близкая подруга из Беларуси, у которой дочка в 4 года во время сна начала говорить на английском языке. Но на секундочку она 4 года, и в семье вообще на английском никто не разговаривал. Да? То есть вот как вот это происходит, интересно.
And I also just would like to add something. It is not question, it is just pure curiosity from my side. I shared with the one story of a family from Belarus. And there is a family and they have small child, girl, she's 4 years old. And once while sleeping, she started to speak English, but she's just 4 years old and the family members, no one speaks English. And I just wonder why such stories happens. Why, what is the foundation, background in all such stories?
Okay, thank you. This is amazing. This is one thing that in fact, I'm so curious. For example, like hypnotism. With the hypnotism, we see that people say that you can recall your many lives before. I'm just wondering, somebody who have no, say, the exposure to Greek language, and you have never heard what is the Greek language. You have never heard somebody speaking Greek, and suddenly with hypnotism, you start to see aristocratic Greek, right? I would be really so. That would be amazing. This I'd like to really know if such things are there. If there's a way by which we can evaluate that it does happen, that'd be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. What he said, a child speaking English without being taught, nobody speaking. But what I would still speculate is that even though I don't speak Russian, but I heard Russian people speaking Russian. So when something goes wrong with my brain, whatever, with damage, and suddenly I may speak Russian. So that I'm not too surprised because I'm exposed to Russian language from my friends. For example, I have been hearing Desi speaking Russian, right? So therefore, imprints are left. But in this life, there's no imprint at all, and still I speak Russian. Then the rebirth is very clearly indicated, very clearly proven. Okay, over there.
Geshe-la, Bodhisattva Shantideva's example of it is when there is no experiencer to recall the memory.
Where the individual did not experience the event before.
So, Geshe-la, what about yesterday I had my lunch and I experienced it. So how would Prasangika would explain that memory, Geshe-la?
That's easy.
How, I mean,
Uh-huh.
then how would they not fall into
Okay,
infinite
not
regrets?
easy, not easy, not easy. What Lama is saying is that, say, for example, what you have not experienced, and then still the recalling or having thought of this later on. So this is more difficult one. But what she's saying that what you already experienced before, and how do you recall it? What is the phenomenon which to recall it? For Chittamatrins, they have the self-awareness of mind, and Prasanga does not have the self-awareness of mind. So how is the recollection done? So where there's a connection, where you've experienced, then it becomes relatively easier. But the Bodhisattva Shantideva, likewise Acharya Chandrakriti, what they will say is that, let's say that so 2 days ago it rained. Let's say 2 days ago it rained, and I actually witnessed it with my own eyes. My mind saw the rain. So now I remember it. How do you remember it without self-awareness of mind? So this is where you remember you remember the rain? Yes, I saw that myself. So when you say, I remember the rain, and so the question is, how do you remember that rain? Because I saw that. When you say, I saw that, how do you remember I saw that? I, the agent, which saw the rain. How do you remember that? So the next moment, no. Because you say that I saw that. Object and subject, these two are combined together. These two come together to your mind. When it's I remember the object, the subject is automatically remembered. You do not require the second subject to remember the first subject to know the first object. So when you say, I remember it, so the I as the agent and what is remembered, the object, these two are tied together. These two come together. So this is the mutuality of dependency. Mutuality of dependency. This is how these two come together. So therefore you don't require the next mind to remember the first mind to have seen the first object. So you say automatically, you say, I. So I've seen that. So this subject and the object, these two are tied together. This is how you remember. It's not that you have to know, you require the next mind, next mind, next mind. So you don't require self-cognizant. Okay, yes, Pedunla. Mike. Okay, by the way, there are 2 Geshes. You have to help me.
Geshe-la, I'm still skeptical about this example given by Shantideva, because we have all had maybe experiences where, and I forget this, one of the invalid types of mind where you're distracted and therefore not aware. What's that mind?
No discerning direct perception.
Non-discerning direct. So let's say that previous winter, there was something that happened, but you were so distracted, you didn't notice it. It's not that the experience didn't happen. It did happen, but your mind didn't consciously cognize it. And then later, there's a trigger or a cue with the rainy season, and you notice the redness. And you go to the doctor, and the doctor would tell you, oh, yeah, you were bit last winter. I mean, there is, the doctor can infer through this that that happened. And you may not have paid direct attention to it, but somehow, somewhere.
But how you present is way easier. You are making prasanga very easy. You're getting it? So the prasanga is handling very complicated thing. So thing is that, say somebody is coming to me, right? And I learned that that person is not too nice. So I'm too observant. I'm not scattered. I'm too observant. And the person, what is that? By the way, what is that? Some chemical too? Chloroform? Okay, let's say chloroform, right? And the person simply say the spread the chloroform, or say the touch my clothes like this, and then I'm just too observant. Oh, he's touching me, right? And I didn't know that he actually applied chloroform to my body. I'm too observant. I'm not scattered, right? And later on, then I collapsed. It was the effect of the chloroform, right? And then somebody says that, hey, what happened, right? Who did? No, nobody did anything. So when you check it, there's a chloroform there. So likewise, the rat bit you, and you are aware that the rat bit you. You are aware, you're not scattered, but you are not aware whether the poison is injected or not injected. You're not aware. You're well aware that the rat is injected. So the next time, thunder, what is that? It strikes the thunder, lightning, thunder, and then it coincides with the pain here, the pain. So this is a dependent origination. Dependent origin is extremely sophisticated. So these factors together, then the pain manifests. The poison manifests in the form of the pain. So then you will realize, oh, at that time, the poison was injected in your body. You're getting it? You do not experience the injection of poison at that time. But now you have the awareness, the thought, oh, the poison was injected at that time. What you got? 30, 23, 24. And suppose you persist, but it can illuminate itself because when endowed with other conditions, one can see others' minds. So now the Chedamata will say that self-cognizance is possible. Self-cognizance is possible, the mind. Self-cognizance is possible because if you're trained, you have the capacity to know others' minds. You're getting it? If you're trained, you can know your mind can know others' minds. So why not you can know your mind? This is the point. So Bodhisattva Shantideva is not rejecting that. It's accepting that if you're trained, you can know others' mind, but your mind cannot be your own mind itself, because it says, well, by means of applying magic illusion, a buried treasure vase is seen, while the eye illusion itself is not seen. So when you apply the eye illusion, the special eye illusion, to see the treasures underneath the ground. So for the regular eyes, you don't see the treasure underneath the ground. You apply this particular illusion, and you'll see the treasure there. So you can see the treasure there, but you cannot see the eye illusion. You getting it? Eye illusion is nearer, or the treasure is nearer you, guys. Eye illusion is nearer. You can see the further object, you cannot see the near one. You getting it? Say, you can see others' mind, you cannot see your own mind, meaning mind itself.
Well, by means of applying magic eye lotion, a buried treasure was seen while the eye lotion itself is not seen. Okay, some of you may be wondering, where is this eye lotion to see treasure? You are not interested in all this philosophy. Where is this eye lotion? Some of you must have thought it. Be very honest. Raise hands, anyone? Yes, okay, not yet. Okay. So let's do it faster. Otherwise, they will just keep on asking, where's the treasure? Right. 25. Those minds we see. Okay, now this is extremely important point. In a way to help us summarize. Okay, we still have 2 minutes. And he's saying, no, 0 minutes. Right? Okay, this is summary of what we have done thus far. So let's say do things exist? Yes. So what's the second question? No, it's not how. What happens? Venerable, what's the second question?
Do they exist objectively?
Perfect. Right? What happened? So in just 2 days, the question changed. and 2 years, the question would be very different. Right? And you said, Geshe taught us 2 years ago. Okay. So the point is that, do things exist? Answer should be yes. Bodhisattva Shantideva is not rejecting and the things existing. So what is rejected? Do things exist objectively? Answer is no. So this answer combined together, it helps us to eradicate our ignorance. What is this ignorance? Ignorance which believes that things exist objectively. So ignorance believing things are objectively real is like being in the dream, seeing the dream as real. And because of which was the problem? Hey, seeing the dream as real, what's the problem? Huh? There's no freedom because that the dream decides. The dream decides. And you believe the dream is real and all the fears arise. So you have to know that things exist, but they don't exist objectively. So by knowing this, then ignorance is eradicated by invoking the wisdom. You're getting, okay, this is summary. Verse number 25. Those minds which see, which hear, or which knows are not to be negated. The mind which sees the flower exists. These are not negated. What is negated is here, instead, the conception of true existence, objective existence, which is the cause of suffering. The belief in the things that's objectively real or truly real, which is the cause of suffering, is to be rejected, is to be negated. This is the summary. Okay, 26. Suppose you say, okay. Okay, this is between the Chittamatra and the Prasangi. Just we'll finish this. For you, or what do I okay, till what? Okay, till 4:30. Okay, it's 4:50. Okay, we stop here.
Om gati gatin paragatin parasam gati bodhiswatyata Om gati gatin paragatin Parasangati bodhiswatyata Om gati gati paragati Parasangati bodhiswaha Yata Om Begaze Maha Begaze Raza Samungati Swaha Yata Om Begaze
Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Om Bhegaze 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 Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Yada Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Tyata Om Bhegaze Bhegaze Mahabhegaze Ranza Samungade Swaha Om Dare Du Re Soha 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 Om Dare Du Re Soha. Direction prayer, page 52. I dedicate the marriage thus gathered to trust realization that is in the prayers of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 3 times, and to the holding of the doctrine of scripture and insight. May in all lives, through the force of this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the mind and vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect in the 2 stages. From my 2 collections, vast the space that I have amassed from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds, wisdom, eyes blinded by ignorance.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Sound check.
Good afternoon.